I've studied all the games in the Premier League and La Liga for this weekend, and in this video I'm giving you my safest predictions to what I feel are the most predictable games. Welcome back to Panenka Predictions, everyone. We've got loads of great games coming up this weekend. Fulham vs Arsenal, Man City, Everton, Forest taking on Chelsea, and of course Liverpool against Manchester United, to name a few of them. Plus we've also got some great games from La Liga as well. Just quickly, before we kick off with our predictions today, I've recently realized that 85% of you that are watching this channel frequently do not subscribe. If you've ever enjoyed these videos, please could you do me the favor and hit that subscribe button now. It helps the channel grow more than you know, and the bigger the channel gets, the more time I will have to make more predictions videos for all of you. Thank you very much. I'd also like to give a big shout out to our latest VIPP members, Jay, MMA Addict, and Wasame Hassan. Thank you very much for joining the Panenka Predictions family, and I hope that my personal top 5 predictions that I share with you exclusively in the VIPP continue adding value to your footballing weekends. Let's get straight into our predictions for the upcoming weekend of football now, and the first game we're looking at is between Nottingham Forest and Chelsea. Nottingham come into this game way down in 17th place on the table, while Chelsea sit way above them up in 7th. And both teams come into this game in pretty much the exact opposite form. Whereas Chelsea have won their last 2 games, beating Liverpool 2-1 in their last fixture before the break, Nottingham have lost their last 3 on the trot now, including a 1-0 loss against Sunderland in their last home fixture. They lost 2-0 away against Newcastle in their last game, and they didn't really trouble the Newcastle backline at all in that game. So they will need a much improved performance against Chelsea if they hope to come away with any points from this game. Chelsea are playing well right now, and if they carry on playing as they did in their last game, then Forest are really in for a tough afternoon. I think Chelsea will win this one, but it's always a bit trickier in the first game back after an international break. So instead, just in case Nottingham do manage to score a goal in this game, my prediction is going to be for Chelsea to score 2 or more goals away against Nottingham Forest. They should get the win, but I'll stick with them scoring 2 goals in this game. Brighton are taking on Newcastle United this weekend in what should be a very even contest between 2 teams playing good football, albeit without the consistency that would see them higher up on the table right now. Brighton are in 12th place coming into this fixture, while Newcastle are in 11th place, but both teams do currently have 9 points apiece. Brighton couldn't follow up their 3-1 away win against Chelsea when they took on Wolves in their last game, where they managed just a 1-1 draw. Whereas Newcastle beat Forest 2-0 at home in their last game. Before that, they lost narrowly 2-1 at home against the current league leaders, the Gunners. This game really could go either way for me, to be honest, but I do slightly favour Brighton as the home team, and because Brighton have also beaten Newcastle in 3 of their last 5 games between these two, and they drew the other 2 games as well, so history is not really favouring Newcastle coming into this one. However, based on their last games and their performances in those games, I still think that the Geordies are in with a good chance in this game. So for my prediction between Brighton and Newcastle, I'm going for both teams to score. Burnley take on Leeds United this weekend in what is a huge opportunity for both teams to get a much needed win under their belts and help them move away from the relegation zone. Burnley were convincingly beaten in their last 2 games, firstly 5-1 away against Manchester City and then 2-1 away against Aston Villa, but Aston Villa were unlucky not to score more goals in that game. Burnley, they do play better at home though, drawing with Forest, losing 1-0 against Liverpool and getting their only win of the season so far when they beat Sunderland 2-0. So scoring goals really isn't the main problem for Burnley this season. The problem is conceding them. And Leeds right now, they look to be a team capable of taking advantage of that fact, as they've scored 6 goals in their last 3 games coming into this one. They were unlucky to lose 2-1 at home against Tottenham in their last game, and to not win the game before that at home against Bournemouth, where they conceded a late equaliser. And before that, they clinically dispatched of Wolverhampton on the road as they beat them 3-1. I'd love the same result to come up again this game, but I'm just not sure about the Leeds defence, to be honest. One thing I am pretty sure of, and this will be my prediction for this game, is that between Burnley and Leeds, both teams will score. I'm hoping for a 2 or 3-1 win for Leeds. I'm dreading a 2-1 loss for Leeds, and I'll be very happy to take the 1-1 draw. Man City take on Everton at the Etihad Stadium this weekend in what looks to be a very exciting game. Man City come into this game as the strong home favourites, and they will be needing to get the win here if they hope to catch up, or at least try and keep up, with the early pace-setting Arsenal. With the likes of Haaland, Doku, Phil Foden and Rodri all likely to start in this game, I can see Man City having the greater control in this game, with Everton maybe trying to pick them off with some pacey counter-attacks and maybe from set pieces. Jack Grealish will be back to face his former team for the first time since his move to join the Toffees, and in the form they're in right now, I will not be surprised in the least to see Everton scoring at least a goal in this game. I would, however, be surprised if they come away with any points. I just think right now the extra quality that Man City has will make the difference in this game, and I see Man City coming away with a very hard-fought 3 points from this one. So for my prediction, I'm going for Manchester City to score at least 2 goals in this game against Everton, as I think they might need to secure the 3 points. What do you think will happen in this game? Will everything go to plan for the favourites as they notch another straightforward 3 points in this one? Or will there be a twist in this tale? Leave your predictions in the comments and let's have a chat about them. Fulham host London rivals Arsenal this weekend and will be hoping the comforts of their home stadium and the support of their fans can help them steal a point or more off the league leading Gunners. They've lost their last 2 games by the same 3-1 scoreline. Fulham away against Bournemouth in the last round and away against Aston Villa prior to that. Fulham have been playing better at home so far this season, where they have beaten both Brentford and Leeds and had a 1-1 draw against Manchester United as well. They also had a 1-1 draw in this same fixture last season, and they actually beat Arsenal in the season before that, so Fulham will come into this game confident of being able to come away with some kind of positive result. Arsenal, they beat West Ham 2-0 before the break, and before that they beat Newcastle 2-1 away from home, and right now they're the most consistent team in the Premier League. So far, they've only lost to Man City and Liverpool, and I will be very surprised if we're adding Fulham's name to that list by the end of this game. It won't be an easy game for the Gunners though, not many games are right now, and they also have a midweek Champions League game against Atletico Madrid to think about as well. But I still do see them coming away with a narrow win in this game. For my prediction, however, between Fulham and Arsenal, I'm going for Arsenal to score 2 or more goals in this game. As with the likes of Gyökeres and Saka and Marino and Rice and Eze and Trossard in their attack, I think they're more than capable of doing so, and against Fulham's speedy attack at home, they might need to score a few goals if they're going to come away with anything from this game. Tottenham Hotspur take on Aston Villa this weekend in a game that pits 2 teams in good form right now, going head to head. Spurs come into this game in the dizzying heights of 3rd place after their 2-1 win against Leeds in the last round. Villa, well, they're still down in 13th on the table, but after 4 consecutive wins in their last 4 matches, they'll come into this game brimming with confidence. Spurs right now, they're a team capable, well, of scoring loads of goals and of beating other good teams on their day, but their back line just still isn't to be trusted in my opinion. And especially not against an Aston Villa side with Donyell Malen playing in the form he's in right now, and not to mention Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers as well. So I can definitely see Aston Villa getting a goal in this game, but I do think Tottenham will also get on the score sheet. They've got the likes of Matthijs Tel in very good form up front, and Xavi Simons playing well behind him as well. They've also got Richarlison to come in off the bench maybe. So this game could be really exciting with loads of goals. And that does make my prediction for this game a pretty straightforward one, and I'm going for both teams to score. Either side could end up winning this game in my opinion. What do you think? Let me know your prediction for this game and let's see if we can meet somewhere in the middle. There are actually quite a lot of good predictions for this game, and I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This game, it's in my top 5 that I'll be backing this weekend. And if you want to know what the other 4 are and the actual predictions that I'll be backing, then come join us in the VIPP on my Patreon channel. I'll leave the link down in the bio. And saving the biggest game from the EPL for the last, we have Liverpool hosting Manchester United. What a game this is going to be. Liverpool, as we all know, they come into this game on the back of 3 straight defeats. First, they lost 2-1 away against Crystal Palace, then 1-0 against Galatasaray in the Champions League away from home, and then again just before the international break, they lost 2-1 away to Chelsea. 3 straight losses, but all away from home. Back at Anfield, it's a different story. Liverpool have won 5 from 5 at home this season, and now more than ever, they'll be wanting to make it 6 from 6. Man U, they've been involved in some really entertaining games so far this season, as they're still struggling to find the right combination with all their new signings. Like Liverpool, Man U have been getting most of their points when playing at home this season. On their last 2 away games, they were beaten 3-0 by their City rivals, City, and they also lost 3-1 away against Brentford. There is no question though that Man U have the quality in their team, and especially their attack, to score goals and possibly cause Liverpool a few problems in this game. With both teams really in need of a good result here, and both teams having great attacking players and both teams' defenses, well, a little bit shaky at the moment, I think we're going to see quite a lot of goals in this game. So therefore, my prediction for Liverpool at home against Manchester United is simply going to be for over 2.5 goals. Either Liverpool are going to turn it on and score 3 goals themselves in this game, or Man U will also score, and then it'll be game on and anyone's to win. What's your prediction for this huge game? Do you think there'll be goals flying in at both ends, or do you see maybe a narrow Liverpool home win? Come on, all you Red supporters, let me know who's going to win in this game at Anfield this weekend. Off to Spain now, where we start off with Barcelona playing at home against Girona. Barcelona need to get back to winning ways after recording 2 defeats in succession, first at home against PSG in the Champions League and then dismally 4-1 away against Sevilla. Dani Olmo is going to be missing this game with injury, but in good news, it is likely that Fermin Lopez and Rafinha and maybe even Lamine Yamal will all be available to start in this game. So that possibly means that Ferran Torres will move back up into that number 9 position with Rafinha on the right and Fermin Lopez playing in a more central role. They've also got a Champions League game against Olympiacos in midweek to keep in mind, so they won't want to rush anyone back unless they really need to, but they do still trail Madrid by 2 points on the table at this early stage. Girona, after a very bad start to the season, seem to have found their feet now, and they are undefeated in their last 3 games, drawing with both Espanyol and Athletic Bilbao before beating Valencia in their last game 2-1 at home. And for all their hard work, I still think Girona is in for a hiding in this game. The gap in quality between these two sides, it's just too great, and Barcelona's returning players, coupled with their need to put in a really good performance and get a very positive result from this game, I think we're going to be in for a very comfortable and hopefully spectacular Barcelona home win. But just to keep it safe and simple for my prediction, I'm sticking with a Barcelona home win and over 2.5 goals in this game. Our final game for this round sees Getafe at home taking on league leaders Real Madrid. Getafe come into this game in fairly unspectacular form. They lost their last game away against Osasuna and then drew their previous 2 home games against both Alaves and Levante. They're currently sitting comfortably in mid-table, and I don't see their position getting any better after this game. Madrid responded quickly after their loss in the derby to city rivals Atletico and have gone on to win easily the next 2 games, scoring 8 goals in the process. And with both Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. in scintillating form right now, I really can't see anything other than a comfortable Real Madrid win here. And it mightn't be reflected in the scoreline as much because Madrid might win this game comfortably 2-0, but I do think that Madrid have definitely got this one covered. So my prediction for Getafe against Real Madrid is simply going to be for a Real Madrid away win. It might be a landslide, it might be by a single goal margin. Either way, unfortunately, I can't see anything but a Real Madrid win in this game. And that brings us to the end of our predictions video. I've shared with you my favorite predictions from what I feel are the most predictable games from this coming round. Please let me know if you agree or disagree with my predictions in the comments section, and I'd love to know your thoughts on any of these games as well. I'll also have a video coming out for the midweek Champions League games coming up soon, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that one. And until next week everyone, enjoy the football, have an amazing weekend, and I will see you again very soon.